Alright guys, we're just kicking off our new series, Yugi-Budget, joined by Pokestuck, Doza, and myself as your host. I'm supposed to be on here with Poke today, but he couldn't make it. We couldn't arrange a good time for it, but here we are in match 2. I did steal game 1, but I cannot find the footage. We roll for who goes first, second, and third, and it looks like Poke is getting warmed up over there. Look at his cards. Doza goes first, sets 2 back row. He summons an ice barrier monster. I don't know, bro. Doza has been smashing down the back row like lately in the series. I pull up, as you can see on the top, I pull up the life point tracker for me and Doza, and Poke has his own calculator to keep track of his own. He's still thinking, bro. He is still thinking about what he wants to do. He searches the deck off of a special summon. Yes, sir. Yeah, here he synchros. He synchros right here. Using the Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier. Yeah, that thing, like the monsters that the Ice Barrier have, they have like continuous effects, like the Hexa Spirit of the Ice Barrier, where opponents that me and Poke controls like loses 500 attack and defense. He can full his burial one from the deck with it, which is kind of useful, I think. And the other one on the field, Revealer of the Ice Barrier, and straight up turns off Tribute Summoning. But me and Poke right now, we are Pendulum players. We chose the Pendulum structure deck. Maybe in the next iteration of this series, we'll actually have a wheel to spin. He does get to special summon the Revealer of the Ice Barrier. He is still thinking about what he wants, but he does have a continuous spell on the field, which is Freezing Change of the Ice Barrier. When it's activated, he can target one level 4 Ice Barrier monster in the graveyard, special summon it. It is a continuous monster reborn, in a sense. All the cards like kind of protect each other in some way, or debuff your opponent. What's it called? The continuous spell there. It makes the Ice Barrier monsters unaffected by the opponent's monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck, so we can't really do anything about that. But that all changes when he synchros, I'm assuming. But Trishula is probably going to be me and Poke's biggest challenges here. But it is my turn. I go straight into the Gilgamesh. It looks like I Foolish Burial here. I send the Vice Typhon, which I can use to fusion summon from the grave this turn. He does have a Fiendish Chain, which is kind of sad. I do not get to use my Gilgamesh. Doza flips up that back row and stops me from setting the scales with Gilgamesh. I summon the small Genghis with the Vice Typhon and the oh no, it's not the Vice Typhon. It looks like I banished the Necro Slime there. I don't know, bro. Doza's been kind of back row heavy. I summon another small Genghis, I believe. Oh no, that's a big Genghis. And I use their effects to special summon more from my graveyard. I special summon the Swirl Slime in defense position. It is not beefy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going second. I do have the opportunity to XYZ here. I think I hit over his monsters. Kind of sad that he did Fiendish Chain it. I could have gained so much advantage by setting the scales. I could potentially set a, but it's a DD one. It's in the scale that allows you to special summon from the grave, I believe, but you take 1,000 damage. It is called Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite cards to use, but unfortunately I could not get to it fast enough. What am I thinking about here? What am I thinking about? Looks like Doza is about to activate something. Nope, it's Poke's turn. He uses Flame Spiral Strike. He sets the Pendulum Scale with an Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. He blows it up during his end phase, I'm assuming, to search. Oh no, bro. Sky Iris does kind of hit different and propels Pokestuck's strategy. He does have potentially the opportunity to make Absolute Dragon with the Vortex. He does get to negate attack and revive one, which is kind of huge. Kind of so huge for Poke. Unless, like, he probably plays more than one absolute, maybe. I'm not particularly sure. I have not seen the week 1 deck list, but we will see at the end of the video. He shuffles his deck, and it does look like it is Heidoza's turn. He normal summons a Hexa Spirit. He does send one, I'm assuming. And then he special summons. He does set another barrier. Another revive. He does have the potential to synchro summon here. He's searching for it, but he can Trish me right here. He can Trishula. Both of us, actually. I think that counts for both of us. If it doesn't say it targets one, then, so yeah, for Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, when this card is synchro summoned, you can banish up to one card each from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. So if he does synchro summon that, then, he would be able to snipe a potential of 6 cards, 3 from both me and Pokey. But it does look like Pokey's field is wide open. Yeah, he does go for the Trish here. And he does activate its effect. He is going to snipe. He's going to snipe one from Pokey first, from the hand. And he does also snipe one from me as well, with only 2 or 3 cards in hand. It is not looking good for me, but my field advantage does look pretty good. If Heidoza does hit my Gilgamesh, I will be able to special summon something free from the extra deck. It does look like he hits my Genghis, my big Genghis. Trish is kind of powerful here, since I do believe its attack is way more than all of my monsters on my field. My small Genghis is only being at 2,000 versus his 28 or 27,000. I mean 2,700, excuse me. He does swing over one. I do take damage. I do believe I am at 5,200 life points. And then he goes into main phase 2. His Trishula there is unaffected by monsters in the extra deck, which is quite unfortunate due to the freezing change of the ice barrier, the continuous spell. He does have that Fiendish Chain still locked on to my Gilgamesh and negating its effects. So it is my turn. I draw for turn. Stand by main phase 1. I normal summon a Kepler here. I search. And with the new set out... No. I probably use the contract to search. And then I just search something else with Kepler. There it is. I finally set the scales. After relinking into another Gilgamesh, I do have to pay my 1,000 life points, my mandatory 1,000 life points. Here we go. I pendulum summon the, I don't know what the heck that thing's called, but it negates all face-up, what's it called? Cards on the field, I believe, for only a single turn. It was like Cavalier, I believe. And I do have the cards out in front of me. Let me try to find it. It is called Supreme King Kaiser. If this card is pendulum summoned, all face-up cards your opponent currently controls have their effects negated until the end of the turn. I was correct. Now, I am just increasing my board state after he knocks it down a little bit. But it is now Pokey's turn, and he pops off right now. He does have 2 monsters on the field. He pendulum summoned his Odd Eyes. Pendulum Dragon in the extra monster zone. He activates a Lightning Vortex, discarding a Monster Reborn. I kind of question that. But then again, it is a pendulum deck, and everything goes to the extra. He does wipe everything in my field, and I do get to activate Gilgamesh. I do have a spell and trap negate in the form of Servant, Siegfried, excuse me. And I do use my Oblivion King to revive my Genghis. I can't see it as well, but I do believe that is the small Genghis. Bro, Pokey's thinking right now. I do have a re-established board state. He walks over my my small Genghis in the battle phase, and I do negate with a Siegfried, and it is now Heidoza's turn. With the he finally gets his Fiendish Chain off the field. He searches his graveyard right now, thinking that he can make a play. We'll see. He does. He pokes around with the Hex's Spirit. I wonder what he's up to. He banishes one to get, I don't know, a token? I believe that's what his die is trying to represent. Oh, and then he just passes. I draw for turn. I take the mandatory 1000 damage due to the Dark Contract with the Gate. Kepler's mandatory effect to reduce its scale by 2 every standby phase of your turn. Or in this case, my turn. I do activate the Dark Contract with the Gate right away to search a ghost. So now here, I normal summon a Copernicus. Is that what it's called? Yeah, a Copernicus. And what do I search? Probably another, or not Copernicus, excuse me, Kepler. Kepler to search. No back row on Heidoza's end, and it looks like I am free to just pop off here, but unfortunately I only ran 2 Gilgamesh in this build for week 1 of the series, or episode 1 of the series. So I do set one face down. It is not looking quite well for me. As most of my fusion materials are kind of exhausted in the grave. I wonder what I can do next. I search my grave for something to do. Any monster to fusion into. That is what's going through my head right now. How can I OTK one of these people? I'm scared of Pokescales because they do something that I don't know. Plus that mystery card in his other pendulum scale, which I can't see. Yeah, bro, that's how you beat your opponent, bro. If you can't see the card, bro, you just win. It could be any card in the game with that type of glare. Alright, Heidoza draws for turn. He sets one. That's kind of concerning now. The ante is up. I draw for turn. I do activate. Oh, nah. To save myself. I'm at 800 life points, or 1000 life points. He straight up cracks down my Siegfried, and I do take the 1000 damage off the contract. That is quite concerning. And now it is down to Pokey and Heidoza. Pokey's about to make some big moves here, and something is going on. It does look like Pokey has scored the dove for this match. So it is 1-1 with me and Pokey. Alright guys, we're going into the final match. It is 1-1 with me and Pokey. I get to go last as Heidoza goes first and Pokey chooses to go second. So if me and Pokey win, that wraps up this week. So he does set one and summons his Revealer of the Ice Barrier. And special summons the Hex's Spirits, I do believe. Let's see if he can pop out a third monster. Yep, there it is. And he will probably get the early snipe out of our hands. But he is going to synchro summon by the looks of it. Yeah. Here it goes. He's deciding what he's gonna go to, bro. It could be the new one from the structure deck. No, that's a regular Trish. And here he goes, bro. We start off with only 5 cards during our turns. He does snipe a DD reroll from my hand. Didn't need it. Didn't need it. It is my turn. I go second. Incredible. Not Pokey. So here I go. I fusion summon using the Swirl Slime in hand, using the Ghost into the small Genghis. He does Forbidden Chalice. I believe Forbidden Lance my my guy, but doesn't matter. I will go into the Gilgamesh to set my scales. He should have saved it for the Gilgamesh. Here I gain so much advantage. I set the scales, but this time it is a, I think a 5 scale and a 10 scale. It's kind of funny for being a pendulum deck, DDDs they don't really synchro summon. They just fusion link XYZ or synchro most of the time. I go into a dark. I try to stack my life points as soon as I can because the life points really start to dwindle with the contracts out. Yeah, I will take my 1,000 life points, bro. I will take that plus. Pokey goes, he draws, and plays his Spiral Flame Strike to search, I believe. Yeah. Spiral Flame Strike has an ability or an effect that you can either pop a card on the field or you can search one. So there he goes. He Pendulum summons 2 from his hand, and it is Pendulum, the Pendulum Odd Eyes, the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. And I do believe that is a Magician card. I think that's Oath Dragon. I can't really see it that well. But he does have his scale set quite nicely. Again, with the other scale and the glare, he does swing into one of my monsters. I do take a hit here. He being careful not to hit my Gilgamesh because he knows what's going to happen next. Heidoza goes. And he is special summoning away. I don't know, people have been telling me that the structure deck was kind of not the greatest, but Heidoza really strived hard to make it well for himself. He's gonna synchro, it looks like. I don't know. He's playing around. But it looks like it's my turn. I summon out. Resummon out my Dark to attempt to cover life points. But on the trade-off that my opponents receive half damage. Let's see here. I'm searching my grave. Taking a peek. And it does look like I'm about to fusion. Yep, I will fusion from my hand. Device Typhon hits the grave. I hit the spell and trap removal. Yeah, no more of that back row, Heidoza. But it's not gonna hit him. He has no back row. But I will probably hinder Pokey's plays, as I will destroy his pendulum scales on my turn, but it is unfortunate that I have to make him survive in order to reach my standby phase to wipe his spell and traps. Ooh, it does look like I get a negate effect using the big Genghis. Quite nice. I do swing in for some substantial amount of damage on Pokey. He does look like he's around 4,000 life points left. And then main phase 2, I continue my plays. Yes, sir. Let's see what happens next. It doesn't look like Heidoza is around anymore. I think we just killed him. Yeah, bro. He was talking so much smoke. Yep. And yeah, we're about to kill Heidoza right here. Now he lightning vortex again. I do get a free special summon due to my Gilgamesh. I do summon the fusion. This one's kind of menacing, actually. This is the one I don't get to summon that often. It is called DDD Wave Oblivion King Caesar Ragnarok. Its effect reads, once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, I can target one DD or dark contract I control, or return it to the hand. If I do, I can equip one of my opponent's face-up monsters to it. It does look like it gets Crackdown, which is so sad. But since he was special summoned, I do use my Oblivion King to special summon one from my graveyard. And I think here I kind of get mad at Heidoza for just stealing that, man. I just get so mad about it. How can he steal my monster like that? That Crackdown is going to be the end of me, man. I synchro into a Siegfried. I do negate the Crackdown with the Siegfried and get my monster back. You already know. I swing in, kill Heidoza with it. It's quite light work. Quite the light work here. And from here, I just wipe out Pokey. Yeah, man. He's only at 4,000. And I just wipe him from here. And I steal week 1, episode 1 of yugioh. But GG's. Thanks to my special guest, Pokestuck and Heidoza. I will leave their links in the description below. And we will get right to the deck profiles for each of us.
Yo guys, it's your boy Heidosa, and I'm here with my boy Pillow-ism on his channel. And we're doing a budget Yu-Gi-Oh series, and I've got 3 of the worst structure deck ever. Ice Barrier. You know, this is the worst structure deck ever. And I'm going to be using this for my budget series, okay? It's goated. I'm going to win the whole series. I'm basically going to be the greatest with the worst structure deck ever. So let's get into it. Yo guys, it's your boy Heidos, and so I have assembled all 5 pieces of Exodia. No, but I've got my deck ready. I've built it. I'm hoping for the best here. I'm not an expert on ice barriers, I'm not gonna lie, but I've watched a lot of YouTube. By a lot of YouTube, I mean 15 minutes, and I've read a few of the cards, so I'm hoping for the best here. So this is your starter. If you get this, like, you can pop off, you know, like, you can discard this and special summon ice barriers from the deck, like tuners. So this lets you go into your, like, you know, ice barrier tuner synchro monsters, which is, you know, pretty much all you run in the extra deck right now. Everything here is a special summon in some sort of way. Like Prior of the Ice Barrier, special summon. General Wayne is a special summon. But a lot of, for some reason, a lot of the ice barrier stuff, it locks you into only being able to summon like low level ice barriers, which is a bit weird. But Hex's Spirit. Wait, I swear it's meant to be 2 of these. Well, anyway, I'm going to have a second one in the deck, so whatever. Hex's Spirit of the Ice Barrier. You know, this is like just your tuner. Can help you get into stuff. Silent Angler. This is special summon, but this locks you from special summoning from your hand for the rest of the turn. Genix Undyne. So this like basically gets you Genix Controller, so tuner. So everything here is just helping you to get tuner. And now, for what I spent my 20 bucks on, I bought 3 Gammas. Gamma package for the win. You know, like, Gamma's so crazy. Like, how can you hate on Gamma, right? 3 Gammas. Obviously, Cyframe Driver. 2 Veilers. And this is, you know, of course I've got to have the Water Kaiju when I'm running a water deck, you know. Who in their right mind wouldn't? And then 3 wins over the Ice Barrier. And, you know, this protects your Ice Barrier monsters. This searches Ice Barrier monsters, basically equal. This can target a level 3 or lower, basically water type monsters, fish, serpent, whatever. From the graveyard, special summon it. This allowed you to add 2 level 5, 1500 monster with 1500 attack or lower out into the hand. 3 Crackdown. Okay, that's it for the main deck. Let's just move on to the side deck. So in the side, since we don't have access to a lot of cards, I'm going with the, you know, the big boys, the classics. What you got to go with? I'm going with 3 Fiendish Chain. I'm going with 3 Appointer of the Lotus. So this can, you know, if you want to control, this can help do that. Mind Drain can help, like, control. 3 Heavy Storm Duster, because this is our only spell trap removal. And 3 Mirror Force, which I blew some of the budget on. We're like just a tiny bit over, tiny bit under. We've sort of got a very trap heavy lineup, you know, like, but that's what you gotta do sometimes. Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, one of, unfortunately, limited, the big boss monster. If we get this out, we're doing well. And then Trishula 0, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. I'm pretty sure everything here is at 3. I'll double check, and if it's not, then obviously it'll be removed. But so everything here is just other tuners. They're all doing some sort of banishing effect. That's sort of the niche of the Ice Barrier monsters. But everything else is at 3, and Trishula's at 1, to my knowledge. And yeah, guys, that's my deck profile. So, you know, hopefully I'm going to take some dubs, surprise some people, and let's get into it.
Yo, what up? This is your boy Bookstuck, hitting you up with week 1 pendulums, v synchros, and week 1 deck list. So for monsters, starting right out, we got our boy Odd Eyes from Structure. We got 2 Odd Eyes Revolution Dragons, 12 scales. We have 3 Harmonizing Magicians, or 8 scale tuners. We have 2 Odd Eyes Persona Dragons, scale 1 tuners, or not tuners, just scale 1s. 2 Odd Eyes Phantom Dragons from more level 7s. We have 2 Noble Dragon Magicians, level 3 scale 5 tuners. 1 Black Fang, level 4, always treated as Exceeds Dragon, for just fusing into Zark or whatever else. Perform House Celestial Magician for tuning, and also just having some badass effects. Dharma Eye Magician, I actually don't even remember what he did because I never got him off. Once per turn, reveal a pendulum from hand and target a magician and pendulum. Oh yeah, change scales for magicians. And if you pendulum summon, your other magician pendulum monsters can't be destroyed by card effects. And he's a level 7, so he's just good for overlaying into one of our extra deck monsters. We also have Oath Dragon Magician, scale 2. When you have another magician in your other pendulum zone, you can grab a magician or odd eyes from face-up extra deck, so you can just recycle back in and pendulum summon them. And then when you normal special Oath Dragon, you can target one magician or odd eyes pendulum and then grab it back. So good for that. These are all the new ones except for odd eyes, of course. And then for the structure deck monsters, we still got Sleight Hand Magician. We have Perform Pow Longphone Bull for searching, Second Donkey for searching, Paratrio just to have, I guess. We have Perform Pow King Bear for just a bigger number, Moment Carpet for destroying and just another high scale, Dragon Dowser for just searching and free playing, Drumarilla for free buffs, Eccentric for just a high scale and also destroying some cards, Stargazer and Time Gazer Magicians just because there are more scales that we can use, and they're better with having more magicians too, so we actually can have their main scales instead of them being set to 4. And then just Gene Warped Warwolf for a 2000 normal monster. Like a lot of rough picks that I don't prefer. Just week 1, just kind of like testing out the waters, seeing what I wanted to do, and I have a much better idea of where we're going. We're probably just going straight up Supreme King Dragons and just a full-on Zark and Odd Eyes, and just have some magicians for just buff them up. But yeah, this week we didn't get off any extra deck monsters, so hopefully next week is always the week. I got my harmonizing magicians. For our spells specifically, nothing really changed much. We have 3 Sky Irises for our field spells, didn't get any of them off. Spiral Flame Strike for searching, and then Destruction, and then we added in Monster Reborn and Howie's Feather Duster just for reviving and removal. And then we have the same old Lightning Vortex, Book of Moon, Lucky Iron X, Hippo Carnival, Burden of the Mighty, Backup Rider, and Draw Muscle. And those are all of our spells. And then for traps, I don't think I added in any new traps at all. We have Pendulum Reborn, Dark Bribe, Chaos Burst, Draining Shield, Wall of Disruption, Threatening Roar, Perform Pow Pinch Helper, and Ceasefire. Are all those the same? I don't remember. We took out Raigeki Break just because it was kind of a... Cards were like... It's not really a mill sort of deck, so we don't really have... I never really had cards in hand to mill for certain effects. Draining Shield is fucking busted. Draining Shield honestly saved us multiple times. Threatening Roar is pretty great because you just have a free turn where they can't attack. Dark Bribe, it's a counter trap that negates. We need more negation, which we don't have yet. And Chaos Burst, which one was that? Oh yeah, tribute a monster and then do 1,000 damage. And they destroy their monster too, which is pretty good. And then Pendulum Reborn for obviously reviving. That was pre-Monster Reborn. We'll probably be getting rid of that soon. I'll probably be going more monster focuses instead of having traps. We'll still have a decent amount of spells, but for the most part I'm going to be running a lot of monsters because it's a pendulum deck. You gotta be able to get monsters out of there. And then for the extra deck, we have Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon for a fusion. It's an Odd Eyes, Fuse an Odd Eyes or Pendulum monster. We actually don't have any fusion cards yet. We don't need them. You'll see in a bit. When special summoned, you can target one face-up attack position monster and just return it to hand. And then during either player's turn, when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, I can shuffle one pendulum from the extra deck into the main deck, negate it, and then just destroy the monster or destroy the card. So really good. We have Clear Wings. Well, okay, let me preface this real quick. We were going to have Artifact Scythe as another monster that we can put into our spell and trap zone to negate effects, I believe, and then special summon it for free. But that actually got lost in the mail. So we had like an extra $5, so I tossed in a few extra cards after the first match for the second and third matches. So I added in Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, just for being awesome. You can tuner and one non-tuner. And then during either player's turn, when a level 5 or higher monster effect activates, negate, destroy. And then when a monster effect activated that targets exactly one level 5 or higher monster on the field and no other cards, it can negate and then destroy it and then gain the attack. So Synchro Dragon is just good. I do have Crystal Wing, but I don't have any level 1 tuners yet. I might add Crystal Wing later, but that's a big if. Crystal Wing's a hard one to get off. And then we have Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, who's awesome, level 8. We have a lot of level 8 tuning potential with Harmonizing Magician and with either Black Fang or Perform Palace Celestial Magician. We also have Noble Dragon, and Noble Dragon's ability. I mean, its ability doesn't really come in handy for this specifically. I don't think we have Stargazer Magician as a level 5 and Perform Pal Drummerilla. Actually, Drummerilla wouldn't work, so it's only Stargazer, I think, that we could possibly tune. Or actually, we could also Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, actually. So we do have some potential for Spring King Dragon Clearwing. It's a tuner and a non-tuner Dark Pendulum. And when Synchro Summoned, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. For damage calculation, you destroy the monster it's going to battle, and then inflict damage equal to its attack to your opponent. Which is all Spring King Dragons are awesome. We have Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. He was another one that just tossed in. It was these two, Monster Reborn and Harvey Shadow Duster, I just tossed in when we didn't get Artifact Scythe. Yeah, detach two level 4s, detach two materials, target one face-up monster, have his attack, and gain the attack. It's okay. I didn't really plan on using it that much, but if I got 2 level 4s off, I knew I was going into it just to have a bigger monster. Then we have Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. This is one of the ones this is not one of the extra ones. We paid for this one. It's a 1 scale, 2 level 7 dragon type monsters. If it's destroyed and you can pendulum summon level 7s, you can pendulum summon it from the face-up extra deck. If it has an Xyz monster as a material, it can attack twice. And once per turn, if it has an Xyz monster as a material, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible and then gain 200 for each destroyed card. We don't actually have any potential to get Xyz monsters under here yet. I don't know if we will at all. But it should, as a good level 7, or a good 7 level, rank 7 to get off, it's a 3000. It can't hurt. And we have the true boss monster for our deck. Is Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, level 7 Xyz, or rank 7. God. Any 2 level 7s, which is awesome because we have Odd Eyes Pendulum, we have Odd Eyes Phantom, we have multiple magicians that are level 7. I believe we have Dharma Eye Magician, Sleight Hand Magician, a Perform Pal Sleight Hand Magician. We have some level 7s potential. Its effect is when any player's monster declares an attack, detach a material, negate the attack, and then special summon 1 Odd Eyes from hand or graveyard. So basically, you have, say, Odd Eyes Pendulum and Odd Eyes Phantom under Absolute. Negate a monster effect, play an Odd Eyes. Negate a monster effect, play an Odd Eyes. And you just multiply your board, and they're busted. Like, Odd Eyes has a good effect. Odd Eyes Phantom has a good effect. Like, they're just gonna pop off. And when Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon leaves the field, whenever Odd Eyes leaves the field, period, you can special summon 1 Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck. Doesn't need to be face up. So that's where Odd Eyes Vortex comes in. So you would ideally we'd have Sky Iris, Odd Eyes Absolute, pass turn, negate, special summon Odd Eyes, negate, special summon Odd Eyes. Next turn, Sky Iris, destroy Absolute Dragon, search out whatever we wanted, most likely like a Revolution Dragon or another Odd Eyes Phantom, and then special summon Vortex, and then Vortex on special summon, just return one of their monsters to hand and just not have to deal with it. Like, it's awesome. It's a great combo in theory, and I would have loved to pop off with it, but I'm sure, hopefully, we'll see some of it more next time around. But yeah, that's it for the deck list for week 1. Pendulum, or Yuya versus Declan versus Ice Barriers. I don't even know much, but the games are pretty wacky. Free-for-alls are another world from instead of one-on-ones. But yeah, it was a good week, but next week is gonna pop off, and week 3 is looking pretty pop off too. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and now I'll throw it back to Pillow.
Hey guys, this is my week 1. I spent it mostly on the extra deck, mainly because that's literally the boss monsters. Literally, this guy, King Gilgamesh, he really sets you up. I have 2 of them. I can shuffle him back using DD reroll if I banish him off of like a fusion or something. He's really nice because he can set the pendulum scales and allow me actually allow me to actually pendulum summon for once in a deck that's really solely fusion summon reliant. Of course, King Caesar came in the structure deck, the Beowulf came in the structure deck, and of course I did get the Genghis so that I can just extend even further. And this one was like a couple cents, so it's something to fuse into. I also have the Dark, mainly to recover life points because it does like to eat away at your life points a lot. And funnily enough, the big Genghis, the King Genghis, cost less than the smaller ones. And also our synchro just in case, and of course the synchro that came in the structure deck. We can use Ghost to go from Siegfried to Alexander and just like OTK over things, which is quite nice. And that is it for the extra deck for week 1. My main deck, I'm not really gonna show you, mainly because it's just the base structure deck. But I just bought like Ragnarok, 2 or 3 copies, and more Allure of Darkness. Ragnarok allows you to, like, if you set in the scale, you get to special summon one. I'm always trying to put up some bodies on the board to make plays and just swing, essentially. So this one was in the structure deck, so that's free. But I did buy 2 more. This is like one more of this, so that I can draw more and set up for a ghost, perhaps. Necrosom was also in the structure deck. I just bought 2 more, couple cents, not that expensive. And that is it for my week 1. Is there anything else that I have missed here? Yeah, I bought another Lamia. Oh yeah, and of course Swirl Slime. Bought 3 Swirl Slime. Mainly because, you know, fusion summoning from hand is incredible. Like, who does not want to fusion summon from hand? It's just too good. One Crackdown, it's like $2 to $3, I think. I wonder if I'll ever draw into it. Probably not. But it's there, just in case I need to like make a back row type play, or I really need to use my opponent's monsters to link into something. I bought 1 more. Van Knight's Cloak for the setup for the for next week, but I'm keeping this in side deck. I'm keeping it out of the deck for now, mainly because I do not have the budget for it right now. And yeah, I bought 2 Lamia just to these were $3, which is just kind of eating up the budget a bit. She allows you to special summon from hand or grave. Quite nice. You can easily go into Gilgamesh with it. It's also a tuner, so you know, synchro plays, always nice. You can send it off your Swirl Slime and then summon it back later. Let's see what else. I did buy another copy of Copernicus, which was 5 or 7 when I got it, so that is quite unfortunate. That ate like half, over just almost half the budget. And that is about it for the main deck, and hope you guys enjoy the duels.